Hello everyone, Darko 2012 here with Global Government News. I'm reading an article titled Parents Angry Over CCTV in School Toilets. So they're having cameras in toilets in the bathrooms, and it's something that's been considered here in the United States, although it's not mandatory, or they're not doing it right now in the United States. But like I've said in previous videos, what happens in the UK usually trickles over to the United States, and what happens in the United States usually will end up being implemented in the UK. So, it says outraged parents. Oh, this is, of course, from Sky News. This is coming out of the UK and Ireland. And this is from March 9th, 2010. It says outraged parents have hit out at a school in Birmingham after pupils discovered CCTV in the school's toilet. Youngsters at Grace Academy in Chelmsley Wood claim they've returned from half-term to find staff had installed the cameras without notifying them or their parents. For those in the U.S., their terminology, some of the words that they use are kind of different, so if you're thrown off a little bit, sorry about that. Some parents are furious at what they say is a, quote, total invasion of privacy, and claim some pupils are so anxious about being watched they are refusing to use the facilities. That sounds weird. They're so anxious about being watched, like they want to be watched. Why don't they say so annoyed about being watched, right? That'd be a better word. One mother whose teenage daughter attends the school is concerned the footage could fall into the wrong hands. She told the Sunday Mercury, quote, "She came home from school and told me security cameras had been installed in the girls' toilets, but we didn't know anything about it. You would expect the school to have consulted parents first, yet we received no information, and no letters have been sent home explaining this decision. Grace Academy claims the cameras only cover the sink areas and have not yet been activated." School principal Terry Wales told Sky News, "It's to safeguard our youngsters. Many schools are using cameras now. We had a parents' forum last night, and we explained the arrangements, and parents were satisfied." And so, in the United States, as far as I know, if someone in the United States knows or are aware of any articles out there or schools that have these cameras in the bathrooms, well then leave it in the comments section so I can cover it. But the only thing I looked for this, the only thing that I could find as far as the United States goes, American schools having cameras in them, were when it was the principal who installed one in the washroom, the women's washroom, or the girls' washroom, and then it was a janitor who put it in an air freshener. That's what it was. And the only reason he got caught was because he charged it on the school credit card, and they finally figured it out. So a lot of these people that are putting spy cameras in the United States in bathrooms of these high school and grade school bathrooms are the people that actually work at the schools. So when I see this statement, it makes me want to vomit, because who are they safeguarding our youngsters from? Themselves? It says, "We've found that when it comes to health and safety, children want to feel secure." Because they won't actually be secure or safe, they'll just have that illusion. But privacy campaigners, it's always privacy campaigners, because you have to campaign to have someone not spying on you. It's a constant struggle, people, to have liberty. It seriously is. And you're some kind of kook or nut, you got to campaign, or you got to be in the United States they call it a privacy advocate. We advocate people leaving us the hell alone and stop spying on us. But privacy campaigners warned about the psychological effects of the feeling of being watched, even if cameras are not switched on. And that's true, because I don't like being watched. And someone else, a friend of mine, or someone that's actually a guest on my show, The Cutting Edge, agrees with me. When you go to the bank or you go to the store and you got all the cameras everywhere watching you, I could feel it. I could feel it. I don't like it. It makes me not even want to go out to public places anymore just because they're everywhere. And it's like, well, if you have nothing to hide or you're not doing anything wrong, well then, what's the problem? Well, I do have a problem with it. I don't like people watching me because I know the creeps that are behind those cameras. They're perverts. And they're just sociopaths. They're sickos. Not all of them, but a lot of times they are. You got people that are doing surveillance that are sitting there watching these things, and then they end up getting arrested. They end up losing their job for spying on women in bathrooms and all that crazy stuff. So it just makes me feel a little unsettled. I don't know if that's the right word, but it doesn't make me feel comfortable. Moving on to this article, it says Dylan Sharp from Big Brother Watch told Sky News children are entitled to privacy like anyone else. Yeah, you would think, right? But that's not even the case. Anyways, we're raising a generation of children accustomed to being constantly watched and monitored, whether cameras are switched on or not. Grace Academy already has 26 CCTV cameras watching other parts of the school. 26 cameras already. The incident is the latest row to erupt between schools and parents who are concerned about safeguarding their children's privacy. Last year, police were called to a school in Salford after parents were horrified to discover children had been filmed changing into their PE kit, or PE gear, whatever. Although the footage was not misused, police seized the film after negotiating with the school. In 2007, it was revealed schools had fingerprinted thousands of primary school children without their parents' consent. Fingerprinted them. The Department for Children, Schools and Schools and Families later ruled that if schools want to obtain and store biometric data from children, consent is not required from parents. It says the Department of Children, Schools and Families later ruled that if schools want to obtain and store biometric data from children, consent is not required from parents. So there you go. That's how much they think of your privacy and your liberty. Whether it's in the UK or the United States, it's the same thing. Same damn thing. Man, I'm so glad I am grown up. I'm so glad that I don't have to go to grade school and high school again. Grade school wasn't that bad. And I went to a private high school, so we didn't have cameras everywhere, and we didn't have metal detectors. But, man, I just feel sorry for young people now. Seriously, because you are being conditioned to accept this spying, the surveillance grid that's around you at all times, wherever you go, whether it's in a store, a bank, school, everywhere. And you get used to it. And then, maybe a couple generations from now, people aren't even going to think about it. They're just going to go through their life because they're going to have the mentality of they have nothing to hide. But, this is, you might want to check out another video that I did. It was covering a story about the schools. This is the closest thing that's in the United States right now. It was a school, and I figured, hey, I'd just go to the damn article because it doesn't take that long. It says students claims schools spied on him via computer webcam, which they did. They ended up admitting it. But of course they used the excuse of, well, those cameras can go on at any time. It's part of a security measure in case we lose laptops or they're stolen. But it didn't really play out the way they wanted to, the school system, because they ended up actually using the images that were captured by the laptop that was taken home by the student in his room, and it popped on and caught him eating some Mike and Ike candies, and they charged him for taking drugs. So there you go. And I made a video on this, so you might want to check it out. I just wanted to go back to that. It was in Philadelphia, so it was in Pennsylvania. It was a Pennsylvania, Philly suburb district. So it's pretty much up to the parents and the young people right now to start screaming bloody murder here and stop this before it gets out of hand. Thank you.